Hi, hello friends, Dietitian Teresa here. I am popping on here to come with a video that I think is asked by a lot of people. So specifically around like protein powders, are they needed? What kind do I get? What are the brands to look for? So on and so forth. In today's video, I'm going to answer those questions for you and hopefully help you understand the difference between different forms of protein. Specifically for this video, we are talking about the animal-based protein sources. So like your whey proteins. So here we go. And I do want to preface, I have my notes down here. So if I'm looking down a lot, I'm looking at my notes. I did research, I put it all together in simple to understand context. So just keep in mind if I'm looking down a lot, I'm looking at my notes. So make sure that I don't miss anything. So the points that we are going over today is going to be one, the difference between a whey isolate versus a whey concentrate protein. Explain what casein means, who could benefit from a whey-based protein, how to choose the best whey protein powder and what works best for you. And then I will go over my top 5 brand recommendations for an animal-based whey protein.
So the difference between whey isolate and whey concentrate. So whey isolate is highly bioavailable. So what happens is there is an additional filtration process, which further reduces the carbohydrate and fat content of the actual protein powder, which means it's increasing the protein content. And so a protein isolate, think about isolating the protein. So that means if you're getting a protein isolate powder, you're going to be getting in 90 to 95% of that protein in that product, and it's going to be way less carbs and fats in that powder. If you prefer fewer calories and carbohydrates and fats, this could be a good option, but it's not limited to. So for saying if you are just lacking that protein, you have no problem getting in the carbohydrate needs, fat needs for the day, an isolate would be a great way to just get in that boost of protein that you need. The whey isolate protein does digest much quicker, and just because that it is so bioavailable, so what that bioavailable means is that your body absorbs it much better and more efficiently than it would with other sources. Also, the isolate has all branched chain amino acids, all the 9 complete essential amino acids that are needed, which make it even more bioavailable to the body.
If you need like a quick protein intake to restore muscle mass that you were breaking down in an intense workout or when you're lifting, an isolate might be a great option as well. This makes a whey isolate protein a great protein powder source to use as a post-workout. Given isolate, it's going to be more readily available to the body, your body's going to absorb it like a sponge, and your muscles will too. Usually isolate protein is lower in lactose because it does go through that extra filtration process, which this could be a good option for those that may not be able to tolerate lactose or have lactose intolerance. You can try an isolate form and see if that works for you. Now on to whey concentrate. Now this is another highly bioavailable form. The concentrate is produced by you extract the protein from the animal, then you can use high heat and acid or enzymes to break that down. And protein concentrates are like the least processed sources of protein powder and can contain around 70 to 80% of protein. The remaining 30 to 40% is from carbs and fats. If you don't mind the additional calories from the carbs and fats, this could be a good option, and it could be a great option for those that are okay with lactose and you don't really have an issue with that, so that could be another good option too. Now on to defining and explaining to you what is like the casein that you might see as part of like animal protein. Casein protein takes much longer to digest than a whey isolate or concentrate. Essentially what happens in the body is when you do consume a casein protein, it forms a gel that will interact with your stomach acid, which can slow down the stomach emptying. Therefore, it delays the release to the bloodstream and the absorption of amino acids. Who could benefit from using a whey-based protein powder? Since a whey-based protein powder is more readily available in the body, and because it is a complete protein, has all the essential amino acids that you need, anyone can really benefit from this, especially using an isolate form of protein powder as a post-workout snack or into a meal. Of course, this depends on whether or not you tolerate different types of animal-based protein powders. And typically what happens with like whey protein powders is that we start out with the lower quality, the more budget-friendly protein powders that have tend to have a lot of artificial sweeteners and gums that can contribute to digestive distress. So like your bloating, the gas, abdominal cramps, and even acne can show up. What I would recommend if you have experienced any of those digestive issues from utilizing a maybe lower quality, easier on the budget protein, is to really look at the list of ingredients for one and see, is there a lot of like artificial sweeteners in there, gums, that can really contribute to those symptoms. But also seeing if your brand of protein shows up on the NSF or Informed Choice websites, which are linked in the description below. And essentially those websites are just so you can go read more about the quality of the products you are using and see if they are third-party tested, if they're sports certified, so on and so forth. How to choose the best whey protein powder that works for you. So one, you have to think about, what are your goals? Are you trying to build some muscle mass? Are you in a specific fat loss phase? Are you in it for general overall health? That's completely dependent there. Do you need to have a protein supplement like a protein powder because you just live a super busy lifestyle and it is difficult to get in enough dietary protein from foods? Another question to ask yourself is, what have your past experiences been with protein? Specifically, the digestive distress. That could be correlated to maybe some resistance towards including a protein powder, even though you're having such a hard time hitting your protein goals during the day. But again, looking at the quality, using those websites to inform your decision. My best recommendation for anyone looking at a protein powder is to, yes, consider your budget and do the best you can with what you have right now. That's always gonna be my answer to that. If you can and see, okay, what I think about when I'm choosing protein powder is, okay, I actually plan to have this multiple times a week. So I want to be sure that it is a source of protein that is good quality. Yes, I may be spending an extra few dollars on that tub of protein a month or even every 2 months, but I'm not gonna be miserable because my stomach hurts. I'm not gonna be miserable because there's acne, or I just wanna feel good and know that supplementing with the actual food itself. You know what I'm saying? The actual supplement itself, not all these extra fillers and gums that just don't need to be in there. That would be my best recommendation there. For my top 5 protein powders that I would recommend to look into, see if it fits in your budget, see if you want to just taste test it, just try it out. Most websites will have sample packs, but not all. But you can just try it out to see. But this isn't really no particular order. It's just how I listed them out. But Transparent Labs whey protein, Native whey protein, BPN whey protein, Legion whey protein, and then the Garden of Life. It's an organic blend whey protein. And so you can look into those. Of course, there's an exhaustive list of protein powders, and do what you can with your budget, with your taste preference, and the digestibility of it and how it works for your body, of course. But those would be my top 5 brands to look into and make the choice that works best for you. To wrap this up, I really hope that helps you understand the breakdown of the different types of protein there. It gives you a better idea of where to start with brands, and of course, but you can start here, rewatch the video, go through it, see what works, maybe pull up those websites that I put in the description to see if the products that you're using are of quality. This is what this page is all about, to inform you, to educate you, and empower you to make decisions that work best for you and your body, your goals, especially your fitness goals, your hormonal goals, all those things. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate the views. I appreciate you clicking on this video, and we'll see you in the next one.